We just talk about what can I say, that the afraidness, the fearness of English language. So first of all, you have to remove your fearness, and secondly, you have to be confident. And after confident, you have to go to the skilled teacher, and a skilled teacher can ensure that methodology, and that methodology can work on you. And after that, you should have connected with the English. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, স্কলাস্টিক অনলাইন লাইভে সকলকে স্বাগতম। প্রতিদিনের ন্যায় আজকেও হাজির হয়েছি দুজন গুণী ব্যক্তিকে নিয়ে। আজকে আমার সাথে উপস্থিত রয়েছেন মেন্টর ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইনস্টিটিউটের অন্যতম দুজন ইনস্ট্রাক্টর এবং মেন্টর ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইনস্টিটিউটে সুদীর্ঘদিন ধরে ইংরেজি নিয়ে কাজ করা ব্যক্তিত্ব। উপস্থিত রয়েছেন মুস্তাফিজুর রহমান এবং রিয়াজুল ইসলাম। মুস্তাফিজুর রহমান এবং রিয়াজুল ইসলাম, আপনার দুজনকে স্কলাস্টিক অনলাইনে স্বাগতম। আমরা আজকে আড্ডা দিব, কথা বলবো ইংরেজি নিয়ে। আপনারা ইতিমধ্যেই টাইটেল দেখে বুঝে গিয়েছেন যে আমরা আজকে স্পোকেন ইংলিশ তথা ইংলিশ ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ নিয়ে কাজ করব, কথা বলবো। তো আমাদের দুজন মেহমান রয়েছে যারা সুদীর্ঘদিন ধরে ইংরেজি নিয়ে কাজ করতেছে, ইংরেজি ভাষা নিয়ে কাজ করতেছে। তাদের অভিজ্ঞতার কথা শুনবো। তাদের এই পর্যায়ে আসা দুজনের সুদীর্ঘদিনের যে অভিজ্ঞতা রয়েছে এবং অভিজ্ঞতার আলোকে যে কাজ করছেন, তারা টিচিং এর মধ্যে রয়েছে। টিচিং নিয়ে আমরা আড্ডা দেব, কথা বলবো এবং আমরা জানবো বিভিন্ন বিষয় নিয়ে, যে কিভাবে একজন অদক্ষ, একেবারেই জিরো লেভেল ধরে নিয়ে একজন শিক্ষার্থী কিভাবে ইংরেজি ভাষা শিখবে সেটা নিয়ে কথা বলবো। চলুন চলে যাই আমাদের দুজন অতিথির কাছে। আমি প্রথমেই যেতে চাই রিয়াজুল ইসলাম, আপনার কাছে। রিয়াজুল ইসলাম অনেকদিন ধরে ইংরেজি নিয়ে কাজ করছেন, ইংরেজিতে আছেন, মেন্টর ক্লাবে ইনস্ট্রাক্টর হিসেবে আছেন, মেন্টর ক্লাব মডারেট করেন আপনারা। So at first, to my audience, I request you to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much for giving me chance this Scholastic online channel, and then I'm very glad that at first I wanna welcome all viewers, especially who are the member of this Scholastic online channel. This is Riazul Islam. I have been working at Mentor English Institute since 2014, and then now I'm a senior member also Mentor English School Center. So that's all about me.
Now I'd like to come. Now I'd like to Mustafiz Rahman.
Hello, Mr. Moderator Abdullah Bro, and thank you to all of audience of Scholastic Online. This is Mustafiz Rahman. I'm from Chodanga, and I am also connected myself with Mentor Club more than 2 years, and I am also connected myself as Scholastic online as an instructor of various topics.
Okay, both of you are just working with Mentor English Language Institute, and also you are concerning with the English language. So, Riaz Islam, I'd like to go to you that how we can, as a learner, as a beginner, how we can start our journey to the English language. That what should be the basic things that if a student or beginner want to work with this English language, so how he or she will start?
Thank you so much. As a super and qualified instructor of the Scholastic online channel for your question. So, you know, as a dealer of the Bangladesh, most of the people and students of our country, they are afraid of English. Also, this fear, so it isn't finished till a master's life, even after finishing their graduation and post-graduation from public university, even on English department. So from this side, I want to ensure to all our viewers that how we can start, how we can begin, so our journey from the ground level and from the low level. At first, we must achieve the fear, after we are most of the students, we are afraid of English. So at first we should reduce our fear of English, and then if we have the super confidence and then super self conviction, so we can achieve the very easy method of English. So if we don't have the confidence that will I be qualified, will I be the prosper in this sector or in this area ground as a for being a confident speaker. So at first we should reduce our fear, and then we must achieve, we must cherish and nourish the self-confidence. Self-confidence can give ourselves, can arrange ourselves the huge courage for being fluent speaker in English. It is the most important. So I will have to recommend to all of the viewers and then spectators. So we must reduce the fear of English from our mind, and we definitely we cherish and nourish the strong and super confidence inside our mind. If we wanna be the fluent speaker in English, it is the main factor for being fluent in English.
Okay, there is a very good topic you are talking about that you're confident first of all, and secondly fear. That a beginner, first of all, he or she has to be confident, and secondly she or he has to remove fearness of English, that means English phobia. So in this concern I would like to go to Mr. Rahman. So Mr. Rahman, you've been working with Mentor English Language Institution as a club conductor, and also you were just working with them as a coordinator, sometimes you taking classes. So what is your thinking that how a beginner, we're talking about fear and confident, except this, that can you suggest any specific things so that the student, the beginner should start with this?
Thank you. Actually, the main obstacle of learning English, that is spoken English, is our syllabus. You know, our education system are not connected with spoken English. You know, every language has 4 parts: learning, reading, writing, spoken, and listening. But our syllabus system are connected with 2: reading and writing. But our listening power and our speaking power are very low. And you know, most of the teacher of our school or university, they are not well qualified in English. They cannot help you. Even in my life, when I was the student of secondary level, the teacher was not good at English. They did not express their expression in English. So how can we express our expression in English as a student? So on the way of that, we determined that we have to do something for the betterment of students who are waiting to learning English. So on the way, we connected with Mentor English Spoken Institute. You know that Mentor is the leading spoken institute all over our country, and so I connected with them, and I realized that the main obstacle of spoken English is our educational system. We should develop our educational system. It will be spoken based system. You know, English is the international language. If you are not good at English, how can you cope with the globalization? How can we build a digital country? Bangladesh, you know, Bangladesh is now a digital country. But if we are not good at English, if we are not express our opinion and views in English, how can we cope with the modern world, the dynamic world? So as a developers of a dynamic country, we should at first we should make us dynamic. Then we can.
Thank you. Very good suggestion that we need to take the skilled teachers. So you're in our school level or college level or upper of the college level. You're talking about that those are the teachers and those are the instructors. So they are not much efficient enough and they're not skilled enough. So
our honorable instructor, I want to add with the
okay,
Mustafi's bro, obviously, that what is the main obstacle? Another obstacle, not being fluent in English. That you know, we have been it is the learning grammar. We have been learning grammar since our childhood for a long time, but grammar didn't help us till now. If we want to be a good speaker in English, we must kick grammar. If we use grammar, if we utilize grammar in spoken or speaking, so grammar definitely will make hassle to make our sentence. So when we communicate with other, so that time we think it is present tense, past tense, or future tense. It is a sort of verb there is. So when we think like this, sas, so huge rules and regulation make great problem for being fluent in spoken sector. I do believe that we chase and we reduce this grammar naming system in spoken center if we want to be fluent. I think that.
Yeah, and I wanna add something about that. Actually, language first, then grammar must. I believe that. At first, you have to learn language, then you have to learn the rules and regulation. How can you apply a language in written way? If I say about that, we are Bengali. We have no any idea about Bengali grammar, but we can speak fluently. And English should be the authority should take a step that English should not be confined in grammatical way. We should treat English as a language. Then we can develop.
So you guys are just talking the way we just learning English. That is, it's not the affordable with the English language. So the teaching methodology from our school or college level, the method we apply, that is perfect for learning a new language, for learning English language. So this is a matter of concern that we learn first grammar and then language. So this sort of tendency should change maybe, and those who are the instructor of English institutions, language institutions, they are working with this, and the person who been teaching with our institutions like school, college, they think about that, the methodology, how we are teaching, how we are being coached with English language institutions. So here is some the basic, at the basic level, that a student how can start, and would it be like from the verb, or like or from a basic that they can learn translation, or something very complex? Will a student will start like this, or from the different shape? What do you think?
Thank you. Also you are the very qualified and then very eminent the member of Mentor Spoken Center. Now we are in instructor of Scholastic Online. So for this class, you know well about this matter. I want to share with you that at first we should master 3 verbs. Number 1 is the be verb, do verb, be verb, have verb, and do verb. Another name of do verb, it's called action verb. For being fluent, for being the super speaker in English, we must master 3 verbs. We must have neat and clean ideas about 3 verbs: be verbs, have verb, and do verb. If we use or utilize the cultivation of 3 verbs for English learners, they will have to identify when they will communicate with each other, when they will apply their thought, their realization through the pragmatic way and then radical way. They will have to identify and clarify that what is our problem, and immediately they will have to be capable to reduce their problem by using 3 verbs: be verb, have verb, and do verb. So eventually I will have to recommend to all of you that if we want to be the fluent speaker, definitely must we have neat and clean and smooth ideas about 3 verbs. If we want to be the neat and clean idea about communication English.
So is there anything to tense that the student from the beginner is starting with just to learn English language on the time? Is there anything to relate with tense that any student who will start and which tense will start the first present or past or future? Is there any concern to learn a new language or English language that start with tense or is starting with tense? That is the matter of concern.
Thank you. Actually, I agree with our Reazul bro. He already told that about the three verbs. Three verbs must be neat, and related with three verbs, we have to clear idea about tense. At first, you have to realize present tense. If you cultivate this present tense, you can obviously realize the use of past tense or future tense. It's not fact. At first, you have to realize present tense. It will help you to build up your foundation in spoken English. I believe that, and every sector, if you know the every path is not the path of flower. It's also the path of throne. So you have to at first willing power help you. We know that where there is will, there is way. At first you have to determine that I have to learn English. I have to speak English influently. So you have to search various types of how can I develop my spoken power. So you have to connect it with various types of English speech. It will help you. You know, most of the time we enjoy Hindi serial. That helps us to realize the Hindi's language. So if you good at English language, you have to connect it with English spoken related topics. You can also connect it yourself with various types of English dailies. That will helps you, and you can also read, also go through various types of stories which is based of English. It will help you. You know, most of the recommended books are in English.
So you are just trying to say that is the total environment should be controlled by English language.
Yeah.
So this environment can help any beginner to learn new language. So Riyazul Islam, talking about BBC, CNN, or Al Jazeera like that, those the news channel or those the channels are just leading in English language. So is that can help for the beginner?
Obviously, also these channels will help us for being fluent in English, obviously. You know, Al Jazeera and CNN and BBC and like this channel, obviously very helpful and effective for the English learner, obviously. You know, I wanna quote a sentence from the eminent the brother. Also, he is very and then super confident speaker in English. Also, Rahan Murayunawal. So he said to me that if we wanna be good speaker in English, at first we must be good listener. If I don't make myself as a good listener, how we can show ourselves as a good speaker? So it is the method that first practice that if we wanna be good at English, at first we must be good listener. For this cause, the Al Jazeera, BBC and CNN, such a channel are very useful and effective for being good at English.
Thank you very much. Just we are talking about first of all confident. First of all, you have to determine about to learn English language, and secondly, you have to remove your afraidness, and thirdly, we talked about the skill structure of English language, and fourthly, we are talking about that the situation which we have in our circumstances that should be English, and we have to collaborate with English channels like English person, like English members, that the environment can help you to learn English language. So this is very basic things, and I would like to add here something that after completing these three verbs, verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, this is the very basic, and also with this tense, the basic sense of the tense, present, past and future. Can you give any example with this be verb or do verb or have verb, what you are talking about to the viewers?
Actually, be verb means where I am and what is my position. It means be verb, and do verb what I do, and have verb means what I have. If I give example, I am at Scholastic Online, and I work in Scholastic Online. It means do verb, and I have a phone. I have a phone. It means have verb. So at first you have to realize these types of verbs. Then you can take help from important books. Yeah, I mentioned that Essential Grammar in Use. It's very important books
By Raymond Murphy.
Raymond Murphy. Yeah, it's very important for you. If you realize these books, if you go through these books, you can ultimately establish your foundation, and that will be helpful for you. And you know various types of books are available in bookshop.
So for the basic
Level.
beginner or the basic learner, essential grammar.
Essential
You were just
grammar.
recommending the
Yeah,
book,
essential
the
grammar.
essential grammar.
Essential
Yes, can you suggest to my viewers any other books like that? They can start with that book.
I wanna suggest to all of the viewers also who are connected with us that Genuine Method English Spoken. So such a book, and then Fluent Spoken English, and it is another book. So these two books are so necessary and most important. So if we can master such a books, we can see ourselves as a super speaker. And I wanna add that with the Mustabizur Rahman bro. So there is, we are trying a lot. We are using our highest effort for being fluent in English, but we are not succeeded. What is the obstacle? What is the barrier? Not being the fluent speaker in English. So I have rectified. There is the obstacle is that we don't oral practice. We don't drill a lot. It is most important. We have the very neat and clean hearing power. It is called listening power. We have the writing power and reading power. The most important there is the speaking power. If we wanna be super speaker, so we must speak out. We must drill a
oral
lot.
practice.
Oral practice. Keep practicing. Keep drilling. Keep using. And then if we don't use our tongue with our company, with myself, so if we another is a tactic that we must gather, we must make a partner to share
Good.
our
Very good.
realization, to share our thought. And then what we are thinking, we must think through the English. Then we can make a sentence.
That is think English.
Yeah, think English.
And
then
speak English.
speak
And work
English.
with this English.
Yeah, and I wanna quote a sentence that think fast, talk smart. So if we don't have the strong thought power or realization power, we will not be the eligible to make the sentence. For this cause, we think in English, through the English, number one, and another is that we must huge oral practice and immense drilling. So when we are going to the beat, so we should practice that I'm going to the beat. So it is the suitable time for me that I'm going to the beat as a student or as a businessman or as an instructor or as a like this the policy maker. So it is the suitable time. Yes, it is the suitable time for this because I'm going to the bed, and then I can ask question myself that before going to the bed we should brush. Before going to bed we should brush our teeth. Have we brushed our teeth? Then I can remind, and in this way I can practice with myself, and then we can get help of the mirror. We can keep ourselves before mirror, in front of the mirror, that I can ask the question, the reflection of the own reflection. I can ask a question. When I will ask a question, when I will make a lot of questions with my reflection, in this way we can have to see ourselves as a fully speaker within a short time. The mentor is spoken center. Definitely it is crucial and so important. It has huge reputation, and then any kind of institution, they are coming to the Kustia town, they want to implement the realization, and they want to implement their energy, but they are not capable, they have no, we can use a Bangla, they have no power. Why such a mentoring institution has a huge reputation. Mentor institution already has circulated a lot of pragmatic and then radical English speaker in this town. A huge number of students of public university, Islamic university, so it is public university, there are a huge number of students, they are coming here around, they are loitering here and there to get the admission, mentor spoken center, and then the student of the government college of Kustia town, and then the polytechnical student of polytechnical institution of Kustia, and then there are a lot of students, they are coming here to get the teaching from the Sanwar, who is a super instructor and then super technical teacher of Kustia town for English language center. So I wanna recommend to all you that, so all are not qualified. Main problem is that we don't have the oral practice. It is the most important, and then super important, the oral practice, and then the thing through the English, and then and then asking a question to us that we can ourselves as a fluent speaker in English.
Okay, yes, just talking about making friendship partner, that in speaking English or spoken English, a partner is very vital role playing. So what do you think about that? A club can be a vital role for this.
Yeah, a club can play a vital role in this sector. Where the most of the students are developed with mess and hostel, but there is no conjugal atmosphere in this sector. So if they connected with a spoken club, they can enrich their spoken power, I believe that, and mentor ensure these types of club. So most of the students, they wanna learn English, want to speak English, they have to join with these types of club, and they can enrich themselves. And if you want to be good at English, at first you have to thinker. My Razul Bro has already told about that. You have to be thinker. You have to be thinker of English. When you are go to bed, you think about English. When you are wake up from bed, you have to English. When you play, you have to play with English. When you listening a song, you have to be a listener of English. So you can develop yourself. And I have a own quotation: think different, act different, and be different. If you can think different, act different, and you can obviously be different. And English ensure you to in this sector. You will be, if you want to upright yourself as a famous or glorious person in our society, you have to be good conqueror in spoken English. You have to conceive spoken English. I believe that, and I realized these types of environment.
So I'd like to ask both of you about Scholastic Online. That is, Scholastic Online already teaching online classes. So they have their own schedule to spoken English, basic spoken English. So how it can affect the student? Yes.
Thank you. That for being succeeded, a thing is most important. That who are the special viewers and then spectators of a Scholastic online channel. Also, you must have stamina. Stamina, definitely it is momentous. So if anybody wants to be succeeded, and if anybody wanna to meet with success, they must have stamina. I want to be good at about any sectors, about sports, about business, about education. I don't know if they've been BCS cadre. So we wanna be like SAS, but we must have the hangout, and we must have stamina. When we will test ourselves, when we will check ourselves how much stamina I have, when we will think that, oh, so if I if I keep ourselves with this scholastic online channel, 3 days or 7 days or 15 days or 1 month or 2 months or 1 year, day by day we are uploading, we will have to try to give you that new informations, new ideas, new tactics, and new any kind of tricks and trips that will be very the usable, and then from the pragmatic side, from the radical side, that they can get new information from this scholastic online channel. And we want to ensure to all of you that so scholastic online channel has huge the method for giving the new ideas and then the pragmatic knowledge for the observer and the follower. I can ensure, obviously.
So, Mr. Rahman, that we have already 3 to 5 lessons for basic spoken learners. So how it can affect to the beginner?
Actually, Scholastic Online is an online-based institution, and I have already witnessed these types of online activity because I am also connected with this. And you are the CEO of Scholastic Online. I have already, what can I say, I have already enjoyed your class, and actually it's very fruitful to student. So I suggest to Scholastic Online Authority, at first we have to, because we are connected with this institution, we have to realize the pulse of students and what's their demand, and we have to work at these types of sector. We have to work as a grassroots level. We have to innovate new opinion, new way. And if Scholastic Online Authority can follow these rules, they can ultimate where is their destination, and they see the hope of light in future. And actually, it's a matter of joy that in Kusta area, or what can I say, all over the country, Scholastic Online is the alternative institution. It has already played a vital role in any sector. If I say that it's also try to started with Cafe for Friday, it will be English-based cafe.
Totally
first in Bangladesh, I believe that, and the others part is job hackers who are wanna connected with various types of job. They wanna get job. Most of the people of our country, they are unemployment, and most of the people, they want to be a business cadre. Most of the institution in all over our country, they make a business with the student. But if we ensure the quality in this sector, that will be very good for us. I believe that. And job hackers and Scholastic Online learning is spoken English. It will be very helpful. Who wanna connected themselves with online, that will be very helpful. I believe that. And most of the students, most of the people in our country, they stay in online all day long. So if they utilize their time to as an observer of Scholastic Online, I believe that it will be very helpful for them, and they can develop their quality. And Scholastic Online, I believe that in future, from today, in future, Scholastic Online always work to maintain quality. They will ensure quality. Yeah, they will ensure the quality of education, ensure the quality of personality. That will be very helpful for the nation. And from this, this year is the year of Sheikh Mujib, the hundreds of Mujib, and Scholastic Online has started their journey from this year. And it's actually, what can I say, actually the great achievement of Scholastic Online, I believe that.
So thank you for your great opinion. So dear viewers, we are talking about many things, especially that how a beginner can start their speaking in English. So we just talk about what can I say, that the afraidness, the fearness of English language. So first of all, you have to remove your fearness, and secondly, you have to be confident. and after confident, you have to go to the skilled teacher, and a skilled teacher can ensure that methodology, and that methodology can work on you. And after that, you should have connected with the English environment, and English environment can make you very good fluent speaker. And after that, BBC, CNN, and Al Jazeera channels, so those are leading in English language. So this is very effective to learn English language in English environment, and clubbing, and making a partner to learn English language. So these are the very basic things, and we talked about verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, and the basic, we talked about present tense, past tense, and future tense, and many things we talked about. So this is our motto, to learn something new, and our two prominent speakers, they ensure that the more you listen, the more you speak. And the good thing is that if you want to be a good speaker, you must be a good listener. So I'd like to go to the guest to really listen on that. Extra suggestions, so that students, he started with the verbs, he started with the number, he started with singular, plural, he started with what can I say, that verb to be, verb to do, verb to have. After that, what do you think that the beginner will learn? What can I say, that WS questions, or modal auxiliary verbs, or introductory this, or word that can, how can I say, short form, about form, like this. What sort of books can help to learn this sort of the basic things?
Especially I wanna invite the spectators and viewers that WS question, it is definitely very momentous for us for being fluent in English, and for the English learner we must master such a rules and regulations. But if we ask from ourselves, by when we will ask a question that who I am, and then what should I do, where I will go, where is my destination, and then now what I am doing, and when we will ask a lot of questions to myself, in this way we can improve this area. I do believe that. And another is that, so extra suggestion for our and the viewers of the Scholastic online channel, definitely for them, that is, if we are good at for any kind of subject, any kind of issue, any kind of ground, we must ensure three things: good teacher, good situation, and then good position. And then good teacher, good situation, and good position. Three things are most important for being succeeded and for being successful, I can ensure. And another is that I want a good news who are the follower on the Scholastic online channel, that there are lots of unemployment in our country. They are loitering here and there. We don't have available job sector in our country. Already about this motion, the member Mustafizur Rahman, he disclosed about this matter. Just I wanna share my thought. That is that, so if we wanna be good at English, and then if we wanna make ourselves as a super speaker of English, we can reduce our poverty, our unemployment situation, and this problem from our country. So there are a lot of guardians, there are a lot of students also, they are very, very afraid of English. So if we make ourselves as a super and as a head trainer, the trainer, we can, when we will be capable to reduce this fearness and afraid from the student, from our country, the English favor, that we can reduce any kind of the poverty, and then any kind of neediness, and then unemployment problem from our society. For this cause, you must hand on with this Scholastic online channel.
Thank you, Mustafizur Rahman.
Actually, I wanna say something about, we know there are two types of question. There are two types of question: yes, no, and informative question. But there is a failure in our national failure. I believe that we cannot reform question. We can answer everything, but we cannot reform question in English. If I say that, do you like ice cream? We have to say, yes, I do. if I asked you where are you going, but most of the time we think that how can we form informative question. We have a fairness in informative question. At first we have to realize how to form a question, informative question. Informative question, you have to provide information, and yes or no question, just you have to say yes or no. If in this sector we have to work, for the student. And most of the student, I believe that if you want to be a good speaker in English, willing power is must. Most of the students come to us, but they cannot continue. Why? They have no willing power. If you have willing power, you can establish yourself in any sector. In any sector, not only English.
So determination.
Determination is must. Determination is must. I believe that. And various types of books, you have to go through various types of books. If you go through any Bengali books, it will also help you to deliver it in English speech. I believe that. If you have not conquered in your own language, native language, how can you conquer the foreign language? At first, you have to be good at Bengali language. You have to form the Bengali sentence. You can ultimately reform the English language, English sentence. You can deliver the English speech. If I say about, would you like to say something about coronavirus? You have no any idea about coronavirus. In Bengali, how can you deliver it
In English.
in English? So at first, I suggest to the viewers, you have to
You have to develop information, gather
information, and you have to be a good conqueror in your own language. Then you have to go the way of English. And at first you have to realize that you should invest your money these types of institution, then can ensure your quality. If you play around with various types of university that are not work in this sector, how can they provide you?
So there is no compromise with quality.
Yeah.
So you are talking about quality. So daily activities, everyday activities. We get up early in the morning, and then we started to do something, and we just start to study. And after that, we have those who has the schedule to go to working place. They go to the working place, and all the day long stay with a different type of the activities. Do you think that these sort of activities should be through the process of English language? How does it make sense to help?
Yeah, thank you. Already I have disclosed about this major, that think fast, talk smart. So for being fluent in English, we must have connection with the situation and condition of English, and the environment. It is most important. I can back a burning example. So the soil of the vein can't make themselves as a brick. So after burning, sometimes a soil can make bricks if we go to the bricks field. Why? After burning 3 hours or 1 day or 2 days, we can get the bricks. But after burning, when we burn the soil of vein, but soil of vein can't make themselves as a brick. What is the problem? Problem is that environment. So we are burning, we are firing through our vein. So after immediate time, also another the intermediate soil pushing the juice. For this cause, they can't themselves as a bricks. That it is the most problem, not being the fluent in speaking. Another example is that there are a lot of English teachers in our school, college, and universities. Also, as English teacher, when they enter into the class, at first they tell something. Oh, I am your English teacher. I will have to teach you English. I will have to master English, instruct you English through the English. After giving the speech, that 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and then he circulated his speaking through the Bengali, and then most problem is that sir is noticing, sir is accountable most of the student. You have no the neat and clean idea about the English. For this course, if I deliver this class through the English whole class, you will not understand. For this course, I am using the Bengali sentence. So it is the suicidal work, I think that. But who are the students, who are the learners? They will not know it is the normal. It is the general. So they have come to school for learning. So if I wanna teach them, I should through the environment of the English. One after one, little by little, they will have to gather, they will have to think that how I can make myself then like my teacher. When a teacher uses Bengali sentence in the English class, the English period, ultimately students they lose the eagerness and enthusiasm. For this course, students can't make themselves as their anticipated area. I do believe that. So environment is most important for being the good at English. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Would you like
At
that?
first, I believe that we have to remove our inner fear, and we have to raise our voice. We have to raise our voice to the public to be a good speaker. If you always stay in room and speak in English, but if you don't deliver your speech before people, how can you will upright your dignity, upright your fluency power all over the country or all over the people? If I say about that, if Sheikh Mujib did not remove his inner fear, how can he will be the national leader? At first, we have to remove inner fear, and it will help to us to upright our dignity, to reach our cherished dream. So I believe that actually the inner fear is the main obstacle. Other is willing power. The lack of willing power is the main obstacle in this sector. And good institution, good instructor must be important, must be needed in this sector to develop our speaking power. And environment is must. Environment is must. So it's my suggestion to all of viewers of Scholastic Online. Please be a thinker of English. I have also added that be a thinker of English, and always remind that think different, act different, be different. If you want to be a different person in our society, you have to be the thinker of different activities. Then you will be develop yourself.
So, Rizwan, I'd like to go to you that can you share any specific story that can make you make you different from the others after learning English language? Can you have any story to tell to my viewers that can help or that can boost my viewers' confidence that you just make yourself massive people after learning English language?
Definitely. So I will share the all of the viewers. Obviously, I will remind. I will remind to all of you that I will tell my history to boost up my power, my energy. So if I tell to the history of who were the prominent person, the politician, and then who are the very very expert person and policy maker, and then scientist and philosopher and writer, and then actor, activist, poet, poetries, that I must think from the different way. When I will say the story of my life, that my thought I will use from the practical ground, it will be very very effective and helpful for learning English. I think it is my idea.
So, do you want to share any experience after learning English language or after becoming a good speaker? Do you have any memory to say to my viewers that can help them or can boost them their confidence? Can boost them their confidence to learn English language?
For my thoughts, I wanna share with the viewers. That is one thought is most important. And then I have been working with this, especially a popular institution, Mentor English Spoken Center, since 2014. So still now, I think that we must have the own eagerness, the own thoughts, and then stamina, and then heart. We must be heart labor. And then when I will create the picture, when we will bash with practical moment. Bash mean stumble, dhakka khawa. When we will bash with the practical moment with the wall, that I have no time. Time is very short. What should I do now? A huge number of people, they are establishing themselves. They are doing huge. They are doing immense. Who I am? I do something. I must do something, and then I go ahead, and then I use my energy and keep forwarding and keep going ahead. When I will create pressure inside my mind, you make you make extra something, you do something, and then you must prove that you have huge inside your mind, but not utilizing from the practical ground. You can't disclose and focus your quality, ability through the people, the self-confidence, and then our own thing. It is definitely momentous for being fluent and to boost the inner and then hidden the power. Right?
So, Mustafa, can you share any experience that you have or you had that after learning English language or after becoming instructor, you make different from the society, or you get dignified from anywhere?
Actually, I the real witness of this sector. I have already completed my post-graduation from National University Department of Chemistry, and I am very grateful to my prominent teacher, departmental teacher Rabiul Islam. He suggested me, you have to learn English. You cannot cope with any types of situation without learning English. So he suggested me, you have to admit it yourself in Mentor. So that time I came to Mentor in 2018. So when I finished my post graduation, the last day of my educational life, we arranged a party. So our most prominent teacher, Shoel sir, he praised me a lot, only for spoken power. So most of the teacher was the fan of me, and and the Bhaivagosi was more favorable to me. When I faced the Bhaivagosi, that time our most prominent teacher, Abdul Baris sir, told to me, I know that you connected with a English institution and you are good at spoken English. I pray to you, you will shine in future. And actually, it's the great achievement to me. And he did not ask me any types of question in my subject based. He just to pray for me for ensure the betterment in future. Actually, I believe that it's the great achievement. Actually, it's the most important, precious achievement in my whole life, only for English. So I grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grateful to all of my teachers, actually most grateful to Rabiul Islam sir, also be grateful to Samar Faraji, and also be grateful to all of you, because I find such kind of company in Mentor club, and that helps me to develop myself. Actually, I can also develop myself in better way, but unemployment problem is the main problem in our country, and I am also the job seeker. So I have little time to enrich myself in spoken sector, because when I admitted myself in Mentor in the termination point of my life. But I believe that I am tried, and I am also tried, and I will try my best in my future. And confidence must be in it. If you are good at English, you will realize, viewers, if you are good at English, you will realize how is your position in our society.
Please. Any example?
Yeah, I wanna share with our very the efficient person, Mustafizur Rahman, Mr. And then again thank our honorable the super instructor of Scholastic online channel. I wanna share my shining time and my shining time that was happened in my academic life. You know, I have completed the graduation and post-graduation from Islamic University under Theology Department on Al-Hadith and Islamic Studies. But interesting matter is that I'm gonna share with you there is then 3 years from the second year, third year, fourth year and masters. In 3 years I had written through the English. And then we have two options for disclosing our thoughts in our exam paper through the Arabic and through the English. As a student of theology department, you know, I had write down through the English, and then I got better mark than the very brilliant student of our the department. And then also they had the neat and clean ideas about the questions, but I accept the better mark than those students who had the better and neat and clean idea about the exam. Why I have gotten such a facilities? I will share with you through writing my thought. The English I got and I accept the better mark from the words and master. And within a short time, I will abbreviate my speech. That is, you know, as a Islamic minded person, as a teeny Islamic speaker of our local area, and then the Azhari, Dr. Mizanur Rahman Azhari. Although some people, although they are insulting the Mizanur Rahman Azhari, but it doesn't matter. That is, he is an international speaker, Islamic speaker. So Bangladesh is a very teeny country. So if we wanna proclaim the authentic information of Islam from the Quran and the Hadith, we must master, we must have neat and clean idea about the English. If we be confident, if we have the neat and clean the ideas of English, it will be very easy to spread our Islamic thought, our Islamic sentiment through the non-Muslim, to the non-Muslim through the English. So English is an international language, but not only this language is a national language of England, of America. Now most of the countries also they are using this language as a second language.
For this, 350 million people more than speak in English, and also more than 60 countries they've been just taken it as a official and semi-official language, you know. So it is really important, and I would like to end my program. It is very long program already happened. So I would like to thanks to all the our today's guest, and it is my pleasure. It is my Scholastic Online's pleasure that have you two guys with Scholastic Online, and I would like to request to you that be with Scholastic Online, and your followers, your viewers, suggest them to be with Scholastic Online. So thanks for joining our today's program. And dear viewers, we are just ending our program, so next our program will held tomorrow, and till then you take care. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum. Would you share anything in one sentence?
Actually, I wanna say something to our viewers in one sentence. Please try to learn English. That will help you to make an identity all over the world, and it will be the great achievement of our nation, of our self dignity. So please try to learn English.
Eventually, I remind to all of you that hand one we touch, learn from us and we will learn from you. If we have a lack, so you can touch the comment box and inform us. We'll have to recorrect and recover the problem, and then we will have to give new information with this Scholastic online channel. Thank you.
Please stay with us, Scholastic Online.